Bulabinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selena, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, fatal accident claims woman's life. Public warned of possible dengue fever outbreak. And $200,000 to help 29 landowners.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
A woman believed to be in her early 60s passed away in Lami this morning after she was allegedly hit by an oncoming vehicle on its way from Suva. The woman is believed to have been hit while trying to cross the road after getting off the bus she was traveling in. The woman's brother-in-law, Ropaten Bolatini, says he was in his garden when he heard the sound of the crash from the main road. He says he rushed to see what had happened and saw the victim's body lying motionless on the road. He was later informed that it was his sister-in-law. Police spokesperson Anna Naisoro has confirmed the woman died after she was hit by the vehicle. The driver of the vehicle involved is being detained and questioned at the Lami police station. The police investigation continues.
He came up from the bus. So when the bus stopped there, came there and wanted to cross to our side, the other side of my house. Yeah? But she was crossing, he got bumped.
Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiveni Giliho was hit by a taxi in Suva at around 8 this morning while riding his motorcycle. The incident is alleged to have occurred in the Central Business District while the police chief was on his way to Totongo Police Station. It's alleged the taxi being driven by a 32-year-old man tried to overtake Giliho's motorcycle as the commissioner was taking a right turn. Giliho pulled the brake to avoid the accident, resulting in the motorbike veering off the road. The police commissioner received minor injuries and was taken to the CWM hospital in a patrol car. There's an increased risk of dengue fever outbreak as more cases are expected with the rainy season to continue until April. The Health Ministry has confirmed a mosquito survey was conducted last month in the Central and Western Division. Now, the survey reported mosquitoes producing at high levels that increased the risk posed by the spread of dengue virus, particularly in Suva, Lami, Nasinu, Nandi and Lautoka. The Health Ministry is advising the public to be proactive about emptying water containers, cover water drums and tanks, dispose of unused tires, drums and other water containers. This is to combat mosquito breeding and limit the spread of the dengue virus. The ministry is also recommending the use of DEET containing mosquito repellent to prevent mosquito bites. And the ministry is urging Fijians to seek urgent medical attention if they're experiencing any of the symptoms associated with dengue fever. The National Fire Authority has launched an investigation to determine the cause of fire at the Patterson Shipping Office in Nosori Town this morning. National Fire Authority received an emergency call at Nosori Fire Station at 11:58 a.m. and immediately responded. The fire team used deliveries of water from their fire trucks and fire hydrant supply to extinguish the fire to stop it from spreading to neighboring properties. 2 fire trucks were used to put out the fire. The Patterson Brothers Shipping Building was located between the Fiji Development Bank building and the Nosori Magistrates Court. The investigation continues. 29 landowners from the West received a sum of $200,000 yesterday as part of the government's first ever seed farming grant project for agriculture development. This was handed out by Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama during his consultation visit in Ba. Ali Kimbir reports these farmers are expected to receive close to $7,000 each.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama, while opening a new Itoke Land Trust Board office in Ba, also launched a new seed farm project to assist landowners further develop their land for agriculture purpose.
The objectives of the seed fund grant are to assist landowners through opportunities, empowerment and security, opens opportunities for landowners to participate in income generating projects, which in turn encourages landowners to work together in order to facilitate the projects.
Bainimarama says the project will see landowners invest in various fields of commercial agriculture as well as creating a better future for all Fijians.
From the 29 recipients, 31% accessed the grant for their cattle farming projects. Other projects included goat farming, beekeeping, piggery, cash cropping farming, dairy farming, livestock, cane farming, and poultry farming.
The Prime Minister says the recipients were selected after a thorough process was conducted to review all applications received from landowners.
The first assessment was carried out through the following criteria set out by the Landowners Seed Fund Grant Committee. The applicants are landowners. The applicants are leasing their own unit land. The applicants have assisted themselves in studying their project and require assistance to further the same. And the applicants are engaged in agricultural development or commercial ventures that denote the business aspect of the request.
Meanwhile, the TLTB has approved an additional disbursement of $350,000 to landowners on the same initiative. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The government will continue to challenge the deeply entrenched attitudes that are holding women back in our society. Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama made this statement while opening the Bar Women's Forum this week. Ali Kimbia once again with the details.
In an effort to continue the fight to empower Fijian women, Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama says they will fight back against the forces of repression to give women the opportunity they deserve.
And we are going to continue to put our money where it matters, in initiatives that uplift women and grant them unprecedented access to new opportunities.
Bainimarama says a collective approach is needed to protect and empower every woman in the country.
It will take more than our own commitment to make that happen. We need every member of Fijian society to make the protection and empowerment of Fijian women a priority.
The Bar Women's Forum says dialogue is key for more active participation.
I would like to say to all the women, to aspire. There is no end of learning. Even me, I learn until now, because learning is something you keep to yourself. Nobody can steal it away from you.
Bainimarama says the government will continue to ensure gender equality is one of the key pillars of the country's development. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Still to come, FRA reveals most traffic lights are not in the correct places. And police officers to undergo election training. Stay with us.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and the moi viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko lang ndo tali taka na Radio Fiji 1 kina ndo moi viti.
Kaya kuya sila tali, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu tali taki yang gitu Venezuela pun nagudurong, barong na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti na bonga ni BNN.
Some traffic lights around the country are not placed at its correct places. This has been confirmed by Fiji Roads Authority Chief Executive Jonathan Moore, adding this has also been a contributing factor to road congestion. Kelly Vadala reports.
The FRA has identified some areas where traffic lights may be a problem when it comes to ironing out traffic issues.
Sometimes traffic signals, if they're not put in the right place or they're not considered properly, have a bad effect on congestion, so we've been very conscious that we can't do that. So we're making sure that they're in places where it's desperately needed and not just stuck anywhere.
Many Fijians say most traffic lights in cities and towns don't work, leaving both pedestrians and drivers at risk of road accidents.
Traffic lights are very important, and I think it should be placed where there is high density of population, a lot of people, schools, and just to ensure we avoid road accidents.
I think that should be replaced because there's too many accidents happening here in Fiji. I think traffic lights supposed to be placed properly.
The FRA has plans to install new traffic lights around the country from next month.
From the beginning of next month, we'll be having a big emphasis on changing changing out some of the traffic signals and adding the new ones in as well. It's an ongoing programme. We're having a review right now as to how many we actually need. We believe the number will increase, particularly in the cities.
Traffic lights are important because they regulate traffic and allow movement of traffic smoother and faster at intersections. However, according to FRA, some traffic lights might need to be relooked at and placed at correct places. Kalibatala, FBC News.
Police officers will go through election training to prepare them for what's to come in this year's general election. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiveni Giliho says these trainings will be made compulsory. Akusita Tale with more.
The Elections Office will conduct training for police officers around the country to ensure they know their duties, roles and responsibilities during the election.
And that will involve all the divisions. Everybody has to go through that training. We cannot afford to have fingers pointed at Fiji police if we don't deliver the service that we are required to deliver. At the end of the day, we want everybody to have that freedom to be able to exercise their political rights in voting.
The police chief has also confirmed to FBC News that so far no police officer has shown interest to join politics.
And I haven't received any notification from any police officer who's willing to go into politics, but they know there are standing operating procedures in place, there are government regulations in place that covers that area. And if they want to go into politics, they know very well they have to resign and to go into that area.
Training has begun for officers in the north earlier this month, while other divisions are expected to undergo elections training soon. Meanwhile, Elections Supervisor Mohammed Sanim has also confirmed they will soon publish a police handbook as a guide for officers during the election. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
More than 100 notices have been issued to businesses and service providers for not complying to the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission Act of 2010. Chief Executive Joel Abraham says through its daily surveillance they have noted that certain advertisements being placed during business sales and promotions were misleading. The Commission has received 17 complaints in relation to these misleading advertisements.
You cannot engage in unethical practices, and just as a proactive measure we've issued it to about 100 or so businesses that we noticed continuously engaging in advertising, and I think it's essential that they understand what are the requirements for compliance to the FCCC Act.
Nescafe Make Your Move 2 auditions with FBC's Today FM radio station was a big success today as people turned up in numbers for auditions. Program Director for Today FM Mario Fasala says they were overwhelmed with the turnout and talent showcased at the auditions. He says they had a variety of dancers who performed as contemporary, fusion with Itoke and other Pacific Island dances. Fasala says some participants showcased really interesting moves which made the event exciting. The semi-finalist will be chosen next week Saturday.
It was a good turnout today, and this was the Nescafe's Make Your Move 2 and with Today FM, and it was a great turnout. The crowd was really cool, and also things went really well, efficiently, and we had really good competitors this year.
The fourth phase of the mega cultural event organized by the Indian High Commission, Namaste Pacifica, was held at Khatri Hall in Suva last night. The festival that started in October 2017 is a 6-month-long event and will bring facets of Indian culture from various parts of India to Fiji and other Pacific Island countries such as Cook Islands, Kiribati, Nauru, Tonga, Tuvalu and Vanuatu. A total of 12 groups will be coming from India along with 125 artists that will be performing 55 events all over the 7 Pacific Island countries. Speaking at the press conference, High Commissioner of India, His Excellency Mr. Vishwas Sapkal says the main event of this festival is to spread peace, happiness and love. And in sports, inaugural Nasinu Sevens tournament a success. And Singh the Sniper knocks out Thailand opponent. Details after the break.
moala radada ranavika. Au tikongona tauna singatoka. Andou talitaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM. Number 2 na sere.
Ya lora chubuni kurna bili. Ibora ni batukara hambara binaranga. Do talitaki na wakaronga ng Bula FM. Number 2 na sere. Bula!
Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Wardens were crowned the champion of the Ramsamy Nasinu Sevens tournament after beating Police Blue 10 points to 7 at Nosoris Ratudakambao Park this evening. Both teams failed to convert any points in the second spell, and they both scored tries in the first half. Meanwhile, Sili Are scored Tamandamu's winning try in the extra spell to beat Police Blue 14 points to 7 in the first cup semi-final of the Ramsamy Nasinu Sevens tournament at Nosoris Ratudakambao Park this afternoon. Tamandamu led 7-0 at halftime, and here are the highlights.
Away from the police try line, Tamandamu in full cry. Daniele Tambuakuru, the pass is good, and then shrugging off a few tacklers. Ben Bosotia goes in between the sticks to get the first try in field, and it's an opportunity for police. It's Balasio Vukiwai. He runs away over the 10 and over the 22. Balasio Vukiwai right on the buzzer gets the try. And now it's Tamandamu that get it out, and quickly a show of the ball, and out in the corner is Sili Are, and Sili Are will win it right at the buzzer at the end of the first extra spell.
Wardens came from behind to beat Police White 12 points to 10 in the second cup semi-final. Police White took the lead at half-time by 5 points to 0, and Wardens regrouped in the second half, scoring 2 tries to seal their victory. Here are the scores.
Police picked up advantage that time, Sefanaya, and then getting it out into Elikimi Leiloma, and Leiloma will run around and get the try. Kurundawe now at the halfway mark. Wardens go on the counter. Tandulala, Ndaungunu, big pass out wide into Asisela Ratundamu. It's all Wardens players there, no one at home for police, and Asisela Ratundamu will go in to score the try. He hasn't put it down yet. He's in between the uprights, and now he puts it down. And police trying to turn and get away. Nandue, and then the good pass out wide that time, and the flick in field that time is into Simeli Koniferendi. It's there for the Wardens. Onto Ratunia Rawa. Can they stretch the police defense? Onto Asaili Atunaisa. Atunaisa tries to get away, gets caught, gets the pass away to Daungonu. Daungonu very short onto Ratunaisa, and Atunaisa goes in to score the try.
The Ramsamy Nasinu Sevens tournament organisers have commended the high level of team spirit and the favourable weather during the two-day event. Following the successful tournament, Union President Paulo Mbiu says they will host the competition again next year. Melita Vanga has more.
It was an intense two-day sevens tournament and a favourable weather with 46 teams out to contest the Nasinu Sevens title.
We can see there's a bit of sunshine and a bit of breeze, which hope that the players, the teams, and also the supporters and the public who are here are enjoying.
Nasinu Rugby Union President Paulo Mbiu says despite a few hiccups, they managed to overcome it.
Everything go as planned, and just a few hiccups of late start this morning due to some unforeseen circumstances. But we managed. I think we managed to reach at this stage.
Former Flying Fijians player Serma Yambai says he was impressed by the talents shown. However, there are a few areas which they need to work on.
No doubt the talent is there, but it's just some at times the poor execution, the basic skills.
The Nasinu Sevens main sponsor is also looking forward to improve the tournament next year.
Good things coming probably next year as well, and probably will make this bigger and a better one.
The organizers are expecting more teams to compete next year. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
Thailand boxer Jomyut-so Narongchai went down to Fijian boxer Sebastian Singh by knockout in the fourth round of the super welterweight 67 kg at the Westwood Boxing Promotion in Lami last night. Singh the sniper was too good as his footwork and techniques outclassed Narongchai. Melita Vanga reports.
Sebastian Singh, who was stripped off from his Asia Pacific Super Lightweight title earlier this month, says he did not know what to expect when he entered the ring.
While taking the jab, we saw that he was more of a body puncher. He was throwing surprise body shots. So that's why I kept cutting the ring more. I confused him with both my hands down, but I was very vigilant and cautious at the same time because he, like I said, he was throwing big shots. Otherwise, I guess it went well, and in the fourth round, I think I hurt him with a good body punch. So, yeah, fourth round, I was like, nah, I just finished the fight.
Narong Shai, who made his first international bout last night, says this was not expected.
I'm happy to come here. I trained 2 months for this fight. Singh is a good boxer. I did my best, but I feel sorry that I hurt my right shoulder. So if I didn't hurt my right shoulder, maybe I did better.
Meanwhile, Malakai Marama lost to Franco Fraser in round 6 of the main bout, middleweight 72 kg.
Trained just by myself. But I knew inside me I had it. I know his experience. Every boxer will make an excuse if they lose, and say they didn't train hard. Or when you get in the ring, no one knows what you did or anything. It's about who's the best fighter in the ring at the end of the day.
In other bouts, Robin Hazelman beat Lukian Namandila by knockout in the first round of the middleweight 75 kg. Jim Nalao defeated Rahul Aaron Kumar by knockout in the first round of the lightweight 62 kg, while Krishna Mudlia also beat Paula Soniwekau by knockout in the second round of the supporting bout super welterweight 69 kg. Melita Wanga, FBC Sports.
Fijian-born Zephaniah Nevalu and Marika Korembete have been named in the Rebels team for the 2018 Super Rugby season. The two Fijians are expected to play a vital role in the Rebels side this season. The playing squad will be led by new recruit and captain Adam Coleman alongside club captain Tom English. Meanwhile, the Stormers take on the Jaguars at 1:05 a.m. tomorrow and the Sharks play the Lions at 3:15 a.m. You can watch both the matches live on FBC TV. Fiji Rugby Union Chief Executive John O'Connor says 90% of the work has been done for the Fiji for Sevens bid before they submit it to the World Rugby. O'Connor says they are leaving no stones unturned, giving World Rugby no excuse to say no to their bid in hosting a World Sevens series. Melita Vanga reports.
With just 2 weeks away from submitting its proposal to World Rugby, Fiji Rugby Union Chief Executive John O'Connor says they are in the final stage of preparing the bid.
But in terms of the work, preparation of the bid, we're ticking the boxes as we're going along, crossing all the T's.
The support from Fijians here and abroad were overwhelming, but the FRU hopes for more in the remaining 2 weeks.
It's well over 5 times the number of fans we had several weeks ago, but we still want more. We want to blow World Rugby away with the size. So if I can appeal to anybody to support us, FijiForSevens.com, and there'll be a winner drawn from the barrel on the 28th of February who'll get a trip for 2 to the Hong Kong Sevens.
FRU has put together a task force led by Brian Turban, who they are aiming at giving a compelling bid.
We have a bid that World Rugby will find credible and more importantly have difficulties in saying no.
The FRU will on February the 28th, they will submit their bid to World Rugby to host a leg of the World 7 Series. Melita Wanga, FBC Sports.
Fine weather apart from isolated afternoon or evening showers was experienced over most parts of the country today. In the west, it was cloudy and humid throughout the day, with temperatures hitting less than 32 degrees. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, similar conditions prevailed, with cloudy conditions in the morning. However, it was clear by the afternoon. Suva was the hottest at 32 degrees. And up north, same conditions as the other two centres. Savu Savu was the hottest at 33. Now at sea, east to northeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas, moderate northerly swells. For the tides, high tide tonight will be at 7:11 with low tide at 1:16 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Sunrise will be at 6:05. Now for tomorrow, it will be cloudy in all the centres with some sun later on in the day. You can expect humid temperatures tomorrow as well. Now the further outlook, some showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, afternoon or evening showers and isolated thunderstorms are expected. Recapping the main stories, fatal accident claims woman's life. Public warned of possible dengue fever outbreak. And $200,000 to help 29 landowners. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. On to our poll question. This week we're asking, should those who make hate speeches be prosecuted? Visit our FBC website to answer. Or you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. Or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1, इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफरी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट, आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन टॉक हुआ कि मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
मिर्ची एफएम, इट्स हॉट।